Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of After Credits. I am the host of the most, I am Barnard, and with me is the man that never has a plan, Daniel. And also in the back we have the Cinema Geek on Instagram, Noah, and Mrs. Woman, or Mrs. Man that never has a plan, Brittany. So it's about 12:30 a.m. and we just got out of The Mummy 2017 featuring John Cena. Fucked that up. The first movie of Universal's Dark Universe, and I seem to be the only one in this car that is looking forward to more movies in this universe. Okay, this half of the car, we're looking forward to more Dark Universe movies, while this half of the car is going to blow somebody's brains out, and it might be mine, it might be yours, I don't know.
I'm gonna steal a quote from Roger Ebert.
There we go.
There are three good things in The Mummy 2017. Sofia Boutella's face, Sofia Boutella's body, and Sofia Boutella's costume. Those are top rate. Everything else is trash. This movie fucking sucks. This is like being waterboarded by idiot piss. This movie uses every fucking cliche in the book. Oh yeah, Liam gave me this for my birthday. The bigger little book of Hollywood cliches. And I'm pretty sure the entirety of this movie is in there. This movie comes out the week after Wonder Woman and has a woman so fucking useless that it made me miss Willie from Temple of fucking Doom! Tom Cruise is fucking terrible in this. They're trying to combine the jokes from the Marvel Universe, the elf seriousness of DC. It doesn't fucking work. This movie is written and covered by 5 or 6 fucking people that have no idea where the fuck to take this, and all the directions that they take are terrible. Every single decision is terrible. This stuff makes Van Helsing and the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen look like Oscar material.
Not to mention it's directed by the same guy who wrote the scripts for Into Darkness and The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, fuck you!
Alex Kurtzman.
I'm gonna roll up the window. There's people leaving the theater. I liked Fantastic Beasts the same way I like this, where the fact of the initial story of the movie I was less interested in, but I was more interested in what will follow.
You wanted to talk shit about It Comes at Night as a fucking video game. They are escaping from mummies a la Doom, a la Resident Evil. This movie rips off American Werewolf in London.
Fallout 3, whenever you're in the train,
yeah,
tunnels and there's ghouls.
As above, so below. This rips off.
It worked though. I mean, it was fun.
No, you know what fun was? This movie made me miss Brendan Fraser.
That's sad. That's bad. I mean, you know your movie's bad when you miss
Stop saying what you won't mean later.
No. Right here, right now, Brendan Fraser's Mummy series, including Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, is better than every fucking frame of this movie.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Don't lie to me.
Because when you
don't lie to yourself.
Because when you include every frame, you're also looking at the frames where it's going to be expanding into Dracula and the creature from the Black Lagoon.
They killed the creature from the Black Lagoon!
But they're still gonna...
When I did that, I was like, fuck you. Like...
Spoiler alert, we gotta get into this, otherwise we're gonna ruin this entirety for you. I mean, don't see this, don't bother giving this your money.
Go see Wonder Woman or Alien again.
I believe that you should go see this movie, simply so we can have a bigger, better universe.
He's a terrorist. We have enough universes.
But we don't have one that has Dracula.
Yes, we do. It's the 1930s.
Yeah, we do. It's called the Monster Squad.
It's
Monster Squad?
It's the Monster Squad.
No, it's the 1930s Universal Monster movie universe.
Have you ever wanted to hear Dracula call little girl a bitch? It's fucking amazing.
That is a good...
Wolfman's got nards. Monster Squad, Shane Black from the 80s, one of the best monster movies ever fucking made.
If you want to see a good Universal monster universe, go watch the 1930s classic horror films. I mean,
they already made it.
Yeah, they already did this universe. Why are we doing it again?
You've got to have money.
Scroll to the time code. We'll have our spoiler-free part of the review and our final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars.
I need Jake Johnson to die.
Yes, please.
They killed Jake Johnson's character in this movie, and they made the first half hour of this movie a straight ripoff of An American Werewolf in London. I don't know how no review that I've read of this movie or seen of this movie seems to mention this fact, but it is a direct ripoff where he's just standing there in his ghostly, messed up attire like, hey, I gotta go lead you to do this thing because, you know, that's how the movie needs to work. Jake Johnson's not funny at all.
He is
a
the
comedy,
Jar Jar of this movie.
He's a comedy black hole.
Yeah.
And oh my god, is he irritating. He just keeps popping up randomly to provide comedic relief in parts that were somewhat okay. Because whenever this movie tries to stay comedic, it goes too self-serious. Whenever it goes too self-serious, it tries to get you atmospheric, like the old ones. Whenever it tries to go atmospheric, it throws in a stupid fucking joke in there, and some terrible Kingdom of the Crystal Skull looked better than this CGI.
Ouch.
Oh my god, those fucking rats, where you see Tom Cruise literally just dancing around like a fucking idiot because he's obviously not touching anything real that's there.
How about the mummy servants? Like, they look...
Oh my god, the mummy servants. Why did they have to CGI birds? And rats?
What doesn't make sense? I mean, they did makeup for the actual mummy, Sofia Boutella. Why couldn't they do it for the rest of them? Like,
Exactly. What is the
because the makeup on her looks good. Like, it looks good.
It's a good design.
Yeah.
Sofia Boutella, everything that she's doing in this movie works.
She was pretty intimidating as the mummy. She had a great design. She had a great voice. She was just all around pretty scary. And if she comes back, I look forward to seeing more of her. Like, she was really good.
I remember that one part in the film whenever she was trying to lure Tom Cruise, like, "Oh, do this with me and you'll be a god among men, and you'll have life, you'll be able to bring life to death and all that beautiful shit, and I will be your queen." And all of us were like, yeah.
I would so take that.
Alright, I haven't found it, but that's the cliche I'm looking for. In Hollywood movies, one of the worst mistakes you can do is make the villain's plan totally agreeable. If you are Tom Cruise and you hear from a mostly buck-ass naked, we see side boob in a PG-13.
Pretty hot mummy.
She says, you will be a living god and you will
Eternal.
rule for eternal life with me as your queen.
Who wouldn't take that?
Seriously, who wouldn't take that?
Instead, he chooses this
He
bland...
chooses this woman who is just a prop by the movie to say somewhat scientific things.
Who's nowhere near as attractive as the actual bad guy in the movie.
I don't even need attractive, I just need a fucking pulse.
Female Liam Neeson? Or Liam Hemsworth?
I won't insult Liam Hemsworth like that.
Wow. The blonde version of the chick from Rings?
I'd say the blonde version of Mary Jane. Like,
No,
she was
because
a
the
tool.
chick from Rings had that weird accent that we could pick on. This
Yeah.
was nothing.
Yeah.
You know the one part that made me openly laugh in the theater is when she's talking to Russell Crowe, and Tom Cruise is complaining that because they've caught the mummy and they've strung her up and they're embalming her with mercury, he says, "Oh, we're going to embalm her and we're going to dissect her." And she goes, "You told me we were going to study her." Yes, by dissection. Does this bitch not know what the fuck dissection is?
Not to defend her, but whenever she meant study, she meant, like, because she mentioned that later, learned from a time period where they had no records of and no historical facts
Like,
of,
speak to her?
like,
Wait.
speak to her and stuff.
Hold the fucking phone.
Yes.
No records from, yet she knows how to speak perfect ancient Egyptian.
Yeah.
She can read hieroglyphics. She can find all the special shit and know
that's
exactly
not
the
her
stories.
Specific time period. It's not just like Egyptian overarching.
That is her specific time period because it's the fucking story of Sofia Boutella mummy.
They're probably talking about, like, that 50 years that the whole family is in.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, not the whole fucking like they didn't know what ancient Egypt was or anything, but like,
they knew the story behind her fucking backstory. Russell Crowe tells us.
Yeah, I know, but they could still learn from stuff if they don't know everything, and they might not know everything because it's 5,000 years in the past. I'm just trying to defend something
that's bullshit.
A little bit bullshit, but still.
I did like Russell Crowe in this movie.
I looked at Russell Crowe in this movie and just thought, man, how much did they pay you?
Yeah.
Because this movie has a weird and stupid habit where they can't let characters just emote. They have to give them all voiceovers.
Well, that was the thing, like, at the beginning of this movie, Russell Crowe is, like, narrating Sofia Boutella's backstory. I'm like, who is he narrating to? He's not talking to any of the characters. Is he talking to is he breaking the fourth wall?
Just like,
is he talking to the audience?
Just like what, what's that dude from the Mummy series, the Egypt guy that tries to protect everything.
Yeah, I know who you mean. The guy with the long black curly hair, and he had the sword.
He narrated the first 2 Mummy movies when he wasn't really talking. He was giving the backstory, like how this movie did.
Who was he talking to?
No fucking body.
He's talking to the audience.
So he was breaking the fourth wall. This is like, he's like dead.
He was telling a story.
Why the fuck did we need to see that backstory about the fucking Crusaders and the little stone? Why didn't they just start the movie with her backstory?
Well, that's the biggest problem with this movie. There is so much lazy exposition. You know?
Seriously,
like,
this entire movie is again built around the MacGuffin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just talking and talking.
You get this thing, and then you get this thing, and then boom, together it brings the end of the world.
Stuff we already know. Like,
it's a fucking video game plot.
It's like I always say, show not tell. Like,
you know, Jeremy Johns said that this looked like the Uncharted movie, and I see in glimpses where this could work.
Especially in the first act.
Especially when, like, Tom Cruise is running away, and you can nearly see the QuickTime events where you press triangle to hop over from one building to the other.
And also, whenever they were in that town in Mesopotamia, whatever.
Until that plane crash, I was like, okay, this isn't good, but it's okay. And then we got to that plane crash.
The plane crash that made the plane crash from World War Z believable?
Yeah, and after that plane crash, the movie just completely fell apart for me.
I like this personally better than the original Mummy movies in the 90s, or with Fraser. To me, the piece of the pie is okay, but it's what goes into the whole pie that I'm looking forward to, you know? It's all the little pieces that add up that I think will be great. I enjoyed it most of the time, except for the fucker that was on his phone. He had this is pretty much what I'm seeing whenever he's pulling up his phone. He's pulling up his phone, he's got that.
He answered a couple phone calls.
He might as well have that on.
In the theater.
In the
he was
theater.
on his phone.
In
like,
the theater.
Calling someone
he was
in the
like,
theater.
He would check his phone, look at it for like 15 seconds, put it down, pull it back up. He took a fucking phone call in the movie, for God's sake.
He did turn his flashlight on to find his fucking seat, because apparently he can't walk 5 feet without looking.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just read something fascinating here. The camera light may cause low temperature burns when in prolonged contact with the skin. Avoid leaving flashlight turned on for an extended period.
Huh.
Apparently, Samsung just told me that we can burn ants with our phones.
I feel it.
That's weird.
That's fucking Samsung. Dude, that's a bomb. Quick question for Daniel. I know they were talking rumors about ScarJo being in the Creature of the Black Lagoon. Is there any truth to that?
I haven't heard anything, but that sounds just about right.
Cool.
I mean, they had that classic blonde, and I mean, you can't get more classic of a blonde than ScarJo.
Yeah.
I laughed at the beginning of this movie because they already have a Dark Universe logo. I was like, that's adorable. They're so confident in this thing.
Yeah, they released it earlier this week.
Most starting films in a cinematic universe don't have the logo, but this one does.
I thought that was cool, though.
I thought it was cool, but
especially the way they had the universe and then they flipped it to like the dark side of the planet.
But I just kept thinking, you know, if this thing doesn't pick up, every time I think of that logo, I'm gonna laugh. I'm honestly gonna be shocked if this thing actually picks up and becomes a universe, let alone we get a sequel to this movie. Like, I'll be shocked.
It's just fucking depressing.
Yeah.
Because you have movies that, as soon as you make the first movie, they already planned a trilogy. And now it's fucking universes. It's cynical. It's a fucking cash grab.
This one is.
And it's lazy. This shit is lazy. And the fact that the whole Dark Universe logo appears, like, it's the first thing you see.
It signifies.
That lets you know exactly what they were thinking when they came up with this idea. Not, we're gonna make a really cool action sci-fi oriented mummy movie or Invisible Man movie. We're just gonna make a product.
Why would I need to see this universe when I can go ahead and watch the 1930s universe? You know, that's already been done.
And then better.
It's and better. Like, it's just unnecessary.
Endless trash!
Welcome to our spoiler-free part of the review. We talked a lot about this film, more than we did Then It Comes at Night. And
An infinitely better movie.
And if, yeah, we're gonna give our final scores and thoughts. Final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars. Oh my god, I can't talk.
It's a fun movie that shouldn't be taken too seriously, otherwise you're setting yourself up for disappointment. So, I give it a 3.5.
3.5 out of 6. Noah, let's dip down a little bit.
This movie just did not interest me. I don't really care to see what comes next. Sofia Boutella was great as the mummy, but that was pretty much it. I'm not looking forward to this thing if it picks up, so I'm gonna give it 2 out of 6.
Daniel?
Indiana Jones, the 1999 Mummy, Van Helsing, Donner Superman. All movies that don't take themselves seriously, but they're done with passion, creativity, and imagination. This is the laziest of lazy fucking schlock. It's trash. 1 out of 6.
I'm just kidding. No, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't pull a Sam on me.
Overall, this movie, it needed a lot of work to be done to make it actually decent. And I feel like if y'all would have waited till August or September or October, you could have made a better product in all. Maybe do some reshoots, I don't know. For what it's setting up, I'll give it a 4. We're looking at a 2.6 HK verdict. Hopefully they can learn from their mistakes and not focus too much on the potential cinematic universe, but worry about making good films that do tie in together. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and click that bell icon in the bottom corner. It'll alert you whenever new videos pop up on our channel. Comment below, tell us if you agree with this side of the car or that side of the car, and tell us why. We respond to everybody. We have a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Go like and follow us on there. Liam has a blog, Liam M. Gahan at wordpress.com. Our friend in the back is the Cinema Geek on Instagram. He reviews all the movies that he sees, and he gives a lengthy description on why it's either good or shit, or what he liked about it, what he hated about it.
Thank you all very much for dealing with our bullshit. And I'm very tired. I'm gonna go to bed. If you want a fun little read, The Bigger Little Book of Hollywood Clichés by Roger Ebert. It's a collection of all the shit that he's gotten from his readers. It's actually really funny and totally accurate. So I'm gonna plug that book. Thank you to Liam for getting this to me for my birthday. I appreciate you, buddy. And y'all take care. Have a good night. We'll see you later.